Hey guys, so I just got home from my friend, my brother Solo, Mr. Solo. I just got home from his funeral, and so I'm like, my makeup's a little bit askewed because I've been crying. But before I go into some meditation and prayer to take care of myself, I wanted to record this video because this memory popped up. So for those that don't know, I used to sing with a group called the Gospel Gangstaz. Solo was the founder of that group and the leader of the group. And we toured all over the place, and it was just a really fun time in my life when I was in my early 20s. So we had this big show at Knott's Berry Farm, and I had done everything that you can possibly think of. Like, I wasn't talking that day. The night before, the only talking that I did was when we were rehearsing. The day the car came to pick us up, I had a scarf wrapped around my neck. I wasn't talking. I was drinking, warm tea, warm water with lemon. So we get to rehearsal, and they're doing mic check. This is the day of the show. And it was a New Year's Eve show, so it was like a big show. And they're doing sound check, so everybody's like, check, check, check. Everybody's, they're running the music, whatever. So then the songs that I sing on, like, they're checking my mic, blah, blah, blah. They're like, just go ahead, we're going to let it roll. Just go ahead and sing so that we can get your levels, da, da, da. And I open my mouth to sing and nothing will come out. Like, I'm completely hoarse. No, nothing coming out. And Solo, like, all of them kind of looked at me like, what happened? And I was like, oh, just run it back, So I'm singing, and he's like, Solo goes like, let's see if she can sing through it. So I'm trying to sing, and it's squeaking. It's getting worse and worse. Nothing's coming out. And they're like, she's going to have to lip sync. And I was like, I don't lip sync. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. So he's like, well, we got to figure it out. And everybody else in the group was like seeming, pretty irritated. Solo seemed irritated, but it was like, it felt like a different kind of irritation. It felt like he had a lot, like, oh man, this is like, like he had a lot going on. So he goes, what have you been doing? What did you do last night after you left rehearsal? And I'm like, I didn't do anything. Like, I literally have not been using my voice. I did my vocal warm-ups, like all that. Like, I don't know what is happening. So he's like, come here, let me pray for you. So again, he's like slightly like, annoyed that this is happening. And he puts his hand on my throat and he starts praying over me. And I open my mouth to sing and nothing will come out. So he's like, we're gonna have to figure it out because the show's in a few hours. And I'm like, just give me a minute. And we went backstage, and since I was the only girl in the group at that time, well, ever, I think, I had obviously had to get dressed separately from everyone. So I went and I got in, changed my clothes, got into my whatever clothes, and we go backstage. And the manager, the group manager at the time was like, okay, everybody, let's get in a circle. And Solo kind of looks over at me like, are you good? Like, and I was like, nothing's coming out. And he was like, yo. So we started holding hands. Everybody that's backstage, all of us, the group members, the crew, everybody, we hold hands and somebody starts praying. And in my mind, I'm just thinking, God, why would you put me in this position to be with the #1 gospel, the friggin' architects of gospel rap? Why would you put me in a position where I'm on this huge stage with this huge group and you take my voice away from me? Like, why would you do that? And I'm just like, I don't understand. Please, please, please. And again, the manager's praying, and all of a sudden I hear in my spirit, like, open your mouth and sing. And in my head, I was kind of like, I already tried that and nothing's coming out. And Solo was standing next to me, so I was holding hands with Solo. And I hear in my spirit again, open your mouth and sing. So I start singing, and I open my mouth, start singing, and it's like, I still can't describe it to this day. It's like whatever was on my vocal cords that was causing me to not be able to talk or sing, the more I sang, the more you could hear whatever it was just falling off of my voice, off of my vocal cords. And my voice got stronger and louder and bigger. And Solo just kind of looked at me and I looked at him and I was like, I guess I'm ready. He was like, let's get it. So they end the prayer. We do our like little intro that they do or whatever. And I go on stage. So everything's fine. The first couple of songs, they do this intro or the song, whatever. And then like the third song, I think that was like the third or fourth song that we were performing, was the song that, like a bigger song that I sing in. So I'm like, okay, God, do not play me. And I open my mouth and I start singing, and I have never, the next time I sang like that good was at my grandmother's wake. It was so beautiful and so crystal clear. And whoever the photographer was, and my cousin was taking pictures, but there was a photographer taking pictures. And he catches this picture of Solo looking over at me, and his face is just like, he is beaming, smiling. And he's looking at me like, what? Like, all that's coming out of you? Someone caught that picture. And I'm telling you what, I held that note at the end of that song longer than I had ever held it before in life. Go on, the show is perfect, it's beautiful, everybody loves it. It was an amazing moment. So the lesson or the tool that I got from that experience is that even when things look like they're falling apart, even when it looks like a shit show, even when you're doing everything that you're supposed to do, sometimes kinks happen. And in that moment, you do what you can with what you have from where you are. You ask for help from your spirit team, your higher power, and you move through and you surrender. You surrender to the moment, and you have faith and you trust. And when you surrender and have faith, and when you trust, a way is always made for you. Solo, I love you. I will miss you forever. Thank you for the role that you played in my life. Sending love and light to your family and your loved ones and to all of the fans. I love you guys. Bye.